Your trumpet part is not a note quiz. It is a pulse test. Trumpet sight reading means turning an unfamiliar written line into a steady, playable first pass. The goal is not perfection on the first try. The goal is to keep time, read the shape of the phrase, recover quickly, and make the next pass easier. The biggest shift is to practice sight reading as a loop instead of a bravery test. Preview the score for a few seconds, count the rhythm before you play, run one honest pass, and then review one specific miss. That turns every short exercise into feedback instead of a surprise. Before you lift the horn, use a fixed 10-second scan. Look at the key signature, time signature, tempo markings, starting note, highest note, lowest note, accidentals, rests, and any rhythm that looks denser than the rest of the line. This is not slow analysis. It is a safety check. Beginners often stare at notes one by one because it feels careful. But the bigger risks are usually hiding somewhere else. A pickup, a 2-measure rest, a tied syncopation, or a sudden high G can break the line faster than the third note in bar 1. Your first scan should tell you where the page might break, not solve the whole page. Protect the pulse first. A wrong note in time can be corrected. A lost beat makes the whole line harder to recover. That is why rhythm comes before fingerings. Trumpet players usually miss sight reading passages for one of two reasons. The rhythm collapses, or the range makes the embelcher tense. Fingers matter, but in beginner and intermediate exercises, they are rarely the first problem. Use a rhythm-only pass before playing. Tap your foot or use a metronome. Clap the written rhythm, speak the count out loud. If the measure has 8 rests, dotted rhythms, ties, or 16th notes, count the smallest useful subdivision. When the rhythm feels boring to clap, it is usually ready to play. Read the signals in order. Meter tells you the beat grouping and any pickup notes, so count one measure before playing. Rests tell you where silent beats and entrances sit, so tap through every rest. Dots and ties stretch notes across expected beats, so clap the measure twice. Repeated notes hide articulation mistakes, so say the tonguing before playing. Range jumps need air and embelcher planning, so hear the target note before you attack it. After rhythm, scan the range. Mark the highest and lowest notes mentally before the first pass. On trumpet, tension often arrives one note before the hard note. If you see the leap early, you can set the air and aperture calmly instead of reacting late. Also, mark recovery points. A recovery point is any place where you can rejoin cleanly if something goes wrong. A rest, a phrase start, a repeated rhythm pattern, or the downbeat after a long note. Good sight readers are not mistake-free. They recover fast enough that the line still feels musical. Use short exercises instead of long pages. One page of difficult music can teach less than 8 short lines at the right level. Pick material that is slightly uncomfortable but not chaotic. A useful exercise has one main challenge: new rhythm, unfamiliar key, wider range, more rests, or tighter articulation. If every measure is a crisis, the feedback gets muddy. Build the ladder gradually. Start with one-line rhythm examples on comfortable notes. Move to 4-bar melodies in familiar keys. Then try alt-bar etudes with rests and slurs. After that, use short viewed excerpts with style markings. Finally, mix examples where you do not know the challenge in advance. A playback reference can make the loop clearer. Trumpet sight reading improves faster when you can compare your first pass against a steady reference. A simple MIDI playback can reveal whether you rushed rests, clipped tied notes, or came in late after a syncopation. Melogen Sheet2MIDI can help when you have practice material you are allowed to scan, such as teacher-provided exercises, public domain etudes, or your own notation. The browser workflow supports sheet music images and PDFs, creates MIDI output, and lets you review before download. That gives you a steady reference for timing, note direction, and missed entrances. The boundary matters. MIDI playback is not a trumpet teacher. It does not judge tone, breath support, articulation quality, or whether your trumpet part sits well in an ensemble. Use the file to check structure, then finish the musical decisions on the horn. For 1 week, keep the routine small. On day 1, use quarter notes, half notes, and rests in 4 bars. Then ask whether the pulse stayed steady. On day 2, practice 8 notes and pickups, then check whether the entrance landed cleanly. On day 3, use dotted rhythms and make sure held notes last long enough. On day 4, preview range and notice whether high notes create early tension. On day 5, add slurs and accents. On day 6, use an unfamiliar key. On day 7, run a mixed first pass test and choose one fix for next week. Keep the review narrow. After each pass, write one sentence. I rushed the tied eighth. I missed the entrance after a rest. I tightened before the high note. One specific sentence is better than replaying the whole exercise 5 times without a target. When you sit down with a new line, use the same order every time. Scan key, meter, range, and recovery points. Clap or count the hardest rhythm. Playing once without stopping. Review one specific miss. Then replay only the affected measure and reconnect it to the phrase. The practical takeaway is simple. Sight reading gets easier when you stop treating a new page as a mystery. Scan the road signs, protect the pulse, mark the range, play one uninterrupted pass, and review one thing at a time. If you have a clean legal score source, a MIDI reference can help you hear timing, but your trumpet practice still has to finish the job. This is the official Melogen AI channel. Subscribe for practical music knowledge, notation workflows, and better ways to use AI music tools in real practice. Melogen AI brings together music tools and AI music models for musicians, educators, and creators. Visit melogenai.com to try Melogen in your own workflow.